Hey everyone, and welcome to Let's Play The Sims 4 Asylum Challenge. This is actually going to be sort of a hybridized medium hard mode. I made some changes just story-wise, so you'll see. But, because there are modes of difficulty. If you haven't gone to check out the Asylum Challenge, go check it out. It's been updated from The Sims 3. It's always fun. It's always awesome. And I will do my best to remember to really leave a link to that in the bottom. But anyway, let's get going here. So this is our patient, I guess you could say, our victim, our lovely Colette Meredith, and she is she's a very talented cook. Now, the thing about this is that in the Asylum Challenge, usually what you have are Sims that are mentally ill and they've been thrust into a facility that is just really run down and doesn't take care of them and is in terrible, terrible shape. That's not what's happening here. This facility does not take care of their people, but they make it seem as though they do. So this is a place called Retreat to Advance, and it's in Oasis Springs. They were originally in Willow Creek years ago, but they were shut down because they were offering reparative therapy, which is illegal in Willow Creek. And so they got rid of their reparative therapy, they redid their image. Now they're a celebrity spa that accepts everyone from A to Z list celebrities. And that's pretty much what we've got here, is mostly your D-list celebrities. And they've all had some sort of event in their lives that's made it difficult for them to function. So they're here to relax and recover a little bit. And, here's the founder, Mimsy. Mimsy is the founder. And so let's introduce our Sims. Meredith, her name is Colette Meredith, but Meredith, they called her when she was on the latest cooking series show star. That's what it was. The latest cooking series show star, which is like a super duper mouthful, but I guess they didn't care. That is a cooking show that was on the Cooking Network that is very, very popular in Simdom. And she won. She actually won and was going to go on to have her own television show, but unfortunately things got stressful and it was a bit too much for her. The contracts and all of that. And she had already signed her contract, so getting out of it was legally a bit of a nightmare. And part of the agreement was that she had to come here. In fact, all of these people were contractually obligated to come to this place, which seemed a little weird to her, but her agent was like, don't really worry about it. Just, go there. You won't be charged anything. You won't be taken to court for breaking your contract. It's all right. It's going to be fine. So here she is. She's gotten a job in a restaurant. She wants to be a master chef all the same. So she's gotten a job in the local restaurant, hoping nobody recognizes her, even though she does stand out a little bit. I mean, she should probably get rid of her signature red lipstick and red dress when she heads out to work, so that maybe she's not so noticeable, because she is quite striking. But basically, she wants to start from the ground up. She wants her own restaurant. She wants to be successful. She's going to do it the good old-fashioned way. She did learn a lot of skills from her experience, but right now she's so frazzled she can barely even cook or anything like that. That's why she doesn't have any skills. So moving on, we have Valencia Costa. She is a very, very, very highly intelligent, self-assured woman, as you can see. Right now she's not doing well. She's a little unstable because she has been sent here. Basically, she is a plus-size model, and she's actually on the smaller end for plus-size models. She's a size 12, and there's really recently been a controversy, actually in real life, the fashion industry, where they're cutting sample sizes smaller and smaller. And she was contractually obligated to work with this one house, this fashion house, but they kept cutting their sample sizes smaller, and they wanted her to stop being a plus model and go down to a size 2 to fit their to fit their brand and fit their sample sizes because they wanted her exclusively. She didn't want that. She didn't want to become a size 2. And she, not that she's saying anything that's wrong with it, but, she was contracted to work at her current body size. She likes herself as she is. And they were basically trying to force her to break her contracts with a bunch of other people. And she just flipped. So she, got really upset, got into a bit of an altercation with one of the stylists, and an entire season's worth of couture racks of silk clothing. Because, this season was all about silk. An entire season's worth of clothing went up in flames. It was set on fire on accident during the event. I don't know why they were keeping candles so close to the racks, but, they blamed Valencia, and now she's here. And this was really, going here was the only way they were going to let her out of it. Basically, her manager and her lawyer were like, she's not well, she needs help, so they let her come here. And, it went about as great as you thought, but she's happy not to be in trouble. All of these people are actually quite happy to at least have gotten out, because this place doesn't seem so bad. We'll do a quick tour. Now, this is Cale Locklear. Cale grew up on a very, very, very poor reservation in the Midwest. If you're not familiar already, reservations are already, can struggle quite a bit. And he was very, very poor. His family, they worked very, very hard. They had a ranch, but just things were not working out. So he managed to get into communications classes. He had to drive 100 miles every day to get there. And so he would sleep at friends and things like that so that he didn't have to do the commute. But he worked hard and he became a meteorologist. But he's got a little bit of a gloomy nature. So the problem was that he became this meteorologist, and as you can see, he's incredibly telegenic, but the people, they hired him, and then they realized that he just can't sound perky. He isn't a perky person. And he thought they wanted him to sound businesslike and assertive and strong and intelligent, but they just want him to sound bubbly. So what they did was they put him behind a desk, and they were having him write up all of the weather reports and things like that for a newscaster who wasn't actually a meteorologist, which happens in places, but, his dream was to be a weatherman and meteorologist, and that kind of died. While this was going on, he was very depressed, and he made the very stupid choice of having a one-night stand with the head of the network, whom he thought was fancy-free and single and all of that, and it turns out that she was with another executive in the industry, and that went very poorly. So he had to come here. He was forced to come here, and Retreat to Advance is really just racking up the patients, and they just reopened. So we've got Adelaide Flint. Adelaide is so fun and so sweet, such a wonderful person. But she, unfortunately, basically her deal is that she is a children's writer. And I know, I they're just all watching TV, so they're not actually making faces. She's a children's writer, and she is completely blocked. She's had writer's block for like 3 years now. And it's been a nightmare for her because she's got a deadline. She's writing like these big, sprawling, think sort of Harry Potter type epic books. And right now she can barely even write a check. Like she can't even write down her phone number. Like it's that bad. Even thinking about writing anything just destroys her. So her basically her agency and her publisher got together and they were like, okay, we're going to send her to this Retreat to Advance place and maybe we can help her. So she hadn't actually done anything that made anybody angry or anything. Well, I'm sure some people in the industry aren't happy she's not done with her book yet, but that can't be helped. She can't help, what's going on with her. So here is Mr. Abraham Short, and his last name is Short, which is ironic considering, well, it's actually just funny because his temper is incredibly short. He's always angry, always pissed off. He does his best, but he just has a very, very, very short fuse. Well, quick fuse. We'll stop saying short. He is an out-of-work stuntman. He ended up, basically, he shattered his shoulder blade. It's healed now, but he shattered his shoulder blade because he refused to listen to the stunt coordinator and do something, like do this trick the way that the stunt coordinator wanted, because Abram wanted it to look more realistic. He thought that it would look stupid if he did it the other way, so he refused and he did it on his own and he hurt his shoulder. And after that happened, he got very, very upset with the stunt coordinator and tried to sue him. And there was this big, big, big mess. And, Abram was entirely in fault. He was entirely in fault. And the network just wasn't having it with him. But he's so good, they can't get rid of him necessarily. So Retreat to Advance had heard about this. They contacted them, said, send him on our way. We'll get him in line. We've got crafts and therapy groups and things like that. It's going to be good. It's going to feel good. So they sent him in the hopes that it'll all be okay, because they really need him back, because he does stuff that most people would shy at. So here is Gracie Kim. Gracie Kim has her own radio show where she talks about relationships mainly, and she gives people advice. She's really, really wrapped in that TV. She's just like, yeah, what are we watching? This is good. What are they watching? Nothing right now. Okay, I guess they were just about to turn it on. So they're all just staring at a blank TV, which, none of them are doing too good right now. So I guess that's conceivable. But Gracie Kim, she, what can you say about Gracie? She got a job doing radio because she thought that would be a good way to make money and then have downtime to do what she wants to do in between, which is go hiking, skiing, all of those fun things. But unfortunately, she's terrible with relationships. She is absolutely terrible with relationships. So she's there, she has this show, she's giving people advice, it sounds good, and then they enact it in their lives and everything goes to crap. So unfortunately, she had a bunch of people sort of come to her network and complain, and the disclaimers on her show weren't clear enough, so there was some legal gray area, and someone was able to sue her, and it was really, really bad. And as part of the settlement, she had to come here and calm down, basically, because she was stirring up all sorts of stuff on social media and whatnot. It was bad, really bad. So that's why Gracie's here. But she honestly, she just wants to live her life and garden and have fun. And, maybe radio wasn't the best place for her. So Cornelius Boston, he's a little sweetheart. He's actually in his, very early 20s. He ended up, basically he was on The Bachelorette, and he's a reject from The Bachelorette. And after that happened, he had fallen so deeply in love with the woman, Kendra, who he was supposed to be with. Actually, I don't know if there was ever a Bachelorette named Kendra, because I don't watch The Bachelorette. If there was, that's not where I got the name. I got it from Legends of Tomorrow, Hawk Girl. But, yeah. So basically, he fell so madly in love with Kendra that he couldn't even, I guess you could say. And they had to put him somewhere where he wasn't stalking her or doing anything problematic, but he was a mess. So, the network was like, okay, well, we've got this guy. Can we put him into your Retreat to Advance facility? And they were like, yeah, sure. The more the merrier. Good stuff. And then there's Iris. Iris Dahl is a very, very, very talented woman. She manages the money and style of a number of prominent executives and movie stars, and she's very, very knowledgeable in the industry. Now, she was, in fact, going through the books, and she discovered that there were some rather stark inconsistencies in the numbers. So because she's sort of really into celebrity lives from both sides, she manages, like I said, she's a stylist and she is an incredibly talented accountant. because she was coming at it from both sides, she knew enough about their lives that she was disturbed by these inconsistencies, even more than she would be as a professional CPA. And that was a problem because she brought it up with someone she thought she could trust, and there was a huge backlash. And one of the industry magnates, he tried to accuse her of being an illegal immigrant. She is not. She was actually born here, and she was raised here, and she spent some time living in Greece where her family is, but she was legal, but they stirred up a whole bunch of trauma from that because it was just stressful, and they called immigration, and they started all kinds of stuff, and then they tried to get her on no-fly lists and things like that. I mean, she pissed off someone. So basically, her agency went and they said they handled it, and she agreed to, keep her mouth shut as long as they left her alone. And one of her friends in the celebrity sort of industry said, well, why don't you go to retreat to advance? You can calm down and, maybe feel better. It's like a spa experience. So that is why she is here. So that's your story on all of them. And while we get them going, I want to have her, she needs to cook for work. And then we'll talk about the building. So, yes, she needs to cook for work. We have 19 hours before she goes to work. We're going to have her stargaze really quickly so that she can cook some meals while inspired. So, yeah, basically, this is Retreat to Advance. It's a lovely, lovely facility in Oasis Springs, as I mentioned. And they've got lots of beautiful art and things like that. It's luxurious, but the residents are just now starting to notice that there might be something a little weird. Hang on a second. I paused the game. If you're new here, welcome. I pause the game sometimes just to save myself the time. All right, I'm going to have her just make a nice garden salad. We're just going to make a nice, inexpensive garden salad. They only have 500 simoleons. So she thought that was strange because they've all had their money taken away. Their bank accounts are being closely watched. And this is their first night here. And she's thinking, okay, all right. Now I can't control anyone else. There's enough seating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. So there's enough seating for 6 people. And what she hasn't noticed yet is that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are only 5 beds. They haven't really noticed this yet. And that's going to be a problem because obviously there are 8 of them here. She's going to need to be able to sleep. She's going to need rest if she's going to be working. The rest of them are not working except for, she does not realize, but our little guy here, well, I can't remember that. Cornelius and Abram are working, and they are tough guys in the criminal career. She doesn't know. They basically say that they're going to some sort of outpatient facility for additional therapy. None of them know that they're in the criminal field. All right, so go ahead and put this away, please, and we need to snag you a bed. I was hoping we could snag you one of the other ones where it would be quiet. Oh, yeah, book it. Go, book it. But what we have to do is complete 3 of her aspirations. So like I said, we start with 500 simoleons as we're following the medium mode. But this is where it's going to get more difficult. Because we're completing 3 aspirations. We're going to complete 3 aspirations. She needs to go to her job. She needs to make enough money to pay for the bills here. Because Retreat to Advance is only willing to provide 200 simoleons towards the bills. She literally refuses to do anything otherwise. And it's gonna get pretty cold. So she's thinking okay, we're gonna have to turn on the fireplaces, and that's gonna make it expensive. So she's hoping she can make enough money. Now, she doesn't know the rest of them aren't actually working, but yeah, she she is aware that this is going to be difficult no matter what. Now, there are only certain times that she's allowed to leave during the day. I'm actually going to have to adjust those based on her work schedule. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to adjust those based on her work schedule. She's not doing too bad. But if you see, these are all children's beds. They're uncomfortable. And this used to be a large, lovely bathroom, but now it is just a toilet and a shower. It's a cheap shower. There are 5 skill items. There are 2 easels. There is a woodworking station. Yeah, it must be getting cold. She's gonna have to turn on the heat. And then there's a hip to the max dance floor with the radio. I'm counting those as 1 skill item. And there is, oh wait, no, I wasn't going to count those as a skill item because it's not a skill they can make money from. It's just something for them to do. I put those in because the rules were made before that. It's just something for them to do. But there's the fitness thing and the wellness, the yoga pad that they have. Okay, so she's not in terrible shape. Go ahead and get up, please. But when she gets up, I'm going to have her, it's a little chilly, so she's going to light the fireplaces in the house. Light those fireplaces. Get downstairs, light this fireplace. Light this fireplace. And then I guess grab some food first. So things don't seem so bad. She's like, all right, maybe everybody will pull their weight. Later this week on her days off, she's hoping, so on Tuesday, she's hoping to put together she wants a couple of groups because she noticed that there's really no programs in place. So she wants to have she wants to have a group where they do crafts and things like that as part of therapy. So recreation. And she also wants a group where they can talk and where they do stuff around the house and work, do some team building that way. So that is her goal, ultimately. Oh, she's gotta pee. Okay, well don't eat after that. Go pee after that. But, she didn't realize yet. She's kind of looking, but she's like, is everything really this cheap? I don't know. And she knows she's got to do stuff for work. So how long does she have before work? She has 9 hours, so she's probably going to need a nap before then. But I guess we should have her because we're trying to complete aspirations. She is inspired. So let's have her cook some grilled cheese. Well, scrambled eggs cheaper? Scrambled eggs is cheaper. We're going to have a family size of scrambled eggs and a family size of salad. Oh boy, here we go with the embarrassment. God, guys. I guess they all saw her on the toilet. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. I should probably put an archway in there if they're going to stand in front of the door like that. I don't need a repeat of my Sims 3 one. Don't need. Alright, so that was my alarm, but we'll go until she gets to work, because I know there was a lot of exposition in the beginning of this. Guys, that's really... Stop. There we go. Okay. Hi, yeah, you can do this. You can do it. I believe in you. There's a door there, right? Yeah. Okay, kids. You can sort this out between the two of you. You can. I trust you. She's feeling a little better. Oh, is the inspired thing still holding on? Come on, hold out, inspired thing. No, it's not gonna count. I could stop her and have her get inspired again, but to be honest, I'm not gonna do that. Oop, everybody's gotta pee. Yeah, this is the moment where they're all starting to think, oh, I thought this place was really nice, but why is there only one toilet, and why does everything seem so, cheap, and this really sucks. I miss my home. I'm sure they're all feeling a little homesick already. So what she's going to want to do is she kind of looked up all of her housemates and she thought that they might enjoy a little gardening And she thinks that it could be a good way for them to earn money on the side. So what she's going to do is she's going to want to go get some of these tulips that she saw on the lot next door. As long as she doesn't have to physically leave the lot through a cutscene, she can go places. So after she eats, she needs to have fun. I know, baby. Maybe I'll have her grab tulips later. I'd like to have her grab them today. What time do you work? She works in 7 hours. So go watch cooking shows for ideas. That sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a good plan. See, it's not so bad yet. She can do this. She's got so much to offer in this world. Raise up her fun. Oh, the welcome wagon's here. She's just gonna keep watching, having fun. Alright, so we can take this opportunity. You're gonna go ahead and put this away. Now, she's hoping that it'll be okay. That she's using this money to make the food. Because she figures everybody's gonna need to eat. Nope, go in. There we go. You got stuff to do. See, and they're all kind of remembering who they were a little bit. Developing themselves a little bit more. It's good. It's very good. Like, they think this place is going to be amazing for them. And who knows, it could be. It could definitely be perfect. Why not? Why not? Food for us? How nice. Oh, yeah, whatever. Come on in. Actually, she should invite them in. You know, it's been implied that she and the other residents are kind of responsible for the image of this place, meaning they cannot disparage it in any way. Where the hell are you? Yes, she cannot disparage this place. She can't, you know, complain about it. There you are. She can't be rude about it. Invite neighbors in. Go ahead, invite them in. Show them what a lovely facility this is. It's a lovely facility. It's really amazing. Yes, welcome. Hi. Let's brighten her day. We'll get our soch up a little bit. Help yourselves to some food. Oh god, there's the fruitcake. Oh god, there's the fruitcake. But they're insane sims, so they might like it. Because that's apparently a thing. Alright, her social's going up a little bit. Keep talking. Joke about politicians. And while you're doing that, just continue cooking. You need to make one more thing. So we're gonna make a party size of mac and cheese. And she's hoping if she leaves enough food behind that none of these individuals she's living with will try to cook, because it's kind of also been implied that she is de facto chef here. So there's really not much to be said for it otherwise. Alright, honey, keep cooking. Keep cooking. And she works in 4 hours. She's doing well. She's doing well. Things are going okay. Got some guests over. And I can't control the other Sims, so if they're still here, there's not much I can do about it. Ooh, who's feeling flirty? Adelaide is feeling flirty. Oh, Adelaide's hitting it off with Kale. Were you in the middle of cooking? Oh, she did finish cooking. Okay, so all of this stuff needs to be put away. I'm sorry. I know you just want to have fun. And that's something that hopefully you can do in the future. But we're going to go harvest some tulips. And then she's going to run over here. And, excuse me, grab more tulips. And then she's going to hit up these rocks, because she can see them right from her doorway. She can see them. And we want to send her to work inspired. God, she needs like a snare drum to follow her. Just like... Yeah, okay, we got some tulips. So she wants to have a gardening group. She wants to basically have a way for people to chill and hang out. So she wants to become focused from gardening skill, but you're not going to do that right now. She wants to be funny with Valencia. That's something we can sort of plan for later. We'll pin that. You're not going to call anyone on the phone because you're not allowed to. But you can dance to stereo music. So book it along. Book it along. Ooh. Oh, we can't harvest the wild onions yet. Well, we will want to do that. Okay, so we've got Punium. She's thinking, okay, these are neat. Maybe we'll keep them. It'll be nice. It'll be really cool. What is this? Crytunium. Nice. All right. So, excuse me. She works in 2 hours. I'm going to have her ask someone to cloud gaze. She wants to be funny with Valencia. She seems to really like Valencia. So, why don't you... friendly. Ask to cloud gaze. She's like, I'm feeling a little bit drab. I need to be inspired before I go to work. Let's go stare at some clouds. And then we have all these jerks who are going to eat all of our food. You better put that food away. Guys, you've got to put that food away. It's too expensive. Yes, go get inspired. And this will increase her social. So when she goes to work... Oh, Kale. Apparently Kale is cooking too. And that's the problem, is I'm going to have her make the cheaper individual meals. But I wanted her to have enough food that they could just grab from the fridge. You know, it'll be okay. It's a-okay. Oh, he has work soon too. And so does Cornelius. Alright, so she's in pretty good shape for going to work. I don't know. Oh, is she super late? Whoops. My bad. Okay, so that was her. This is her first day at work, and this is where we're going to end it. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like and a comment. I want to know what you think of this. It's a pretty straightforward challenge, but as you can tell, the items in this house are very expensive, so you can see where it's going to become difficult. Basically, she has to pay for this lifestyle that the rest of them are living. She doesn't know that yet, though. The other two are going to bring in a little bit of money because she doesn't know they're working, but they're working in the criminal element. There's definitely something shady going on here. Why are all these people contractually obligated to be here? Why are they, not allowed to talk about this facility other than to say how great it is? Why are they sleeping in, reclaimed children's beds and don't have proper heating or cooling, and everything is just the absolute cheapest it can be, but there's this sort of illusion of it being really, really luxurious? Why are they all D-list celebrities who are on the outs in the industry? This is a significant question that hopefully they come to ask themselves. So thank you again, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!